Hi, my name is Enda Murray and I'm the director of the Irish Film Festival. I'm delighted to be joined tonight by director Anne McCabe and Edith Lawlor, who plays Molly in the wonderful film on FIDIL GHORM. Anne agus Edith, tá fáilte roimh chuig an astráil.
Gur míle agad Enda, Tá anáthas ar an bheith san astráil ar an idirlín, ní raibh mé riamh san astráil. Ach, anáthas ar an bheith seo. Gur agad.
Go héadach. Look, Deuce, Anne, tell us how did this film come about? What's the origin story for On FIDIL GHORM?
Well, I could say, and this is true, I was out for a walk one day and I got a text from Breed and Pierce from Abu Media saying, would you like to make a film? And I said, okay. But actually, the backstory is that I had made a film while I was a director in RTE on a very similar theme. And it was a theme of a little girl watching her father who was slowly dying of AIDS and wanted to ride a Harley. And that film was called JJ Biker and it starred Brendan Gleeson. But that's going back a while. But I think emotionally, it's a similar theme. And I think perhaps that's why they asked me to come on board. And also, I've been working in the Irish language sector and have fluent Irish and a lot of hours doing drama for television.
And Edie, can you tell me how did you get involved in the on FIDIL GHORM?
Well, my school teacher sent me auditions, and I decided to do it for fun. And so I sent in an audition of fiddle and just telling them a bit about myself. And then a couple of months later, we got an email back, and I had to do another audition, but with a bit of so we did that and we sent it in, and then a few weeks later after that, I had to do an audition in Galway. So myself and my mum, my auntie, and my sister, I did an audition in person with them, and then a couple of weeks later, and I found out that I got the part, and we were all delighted.
Brilliant. Anne, how much work was involved in finding Molly for the film? How did you guys go about it?
So it was during COVID or the end of COVID, in and out of various COVID periods. So we actually did a lot of auditions on WhatsApp, on video. It was quite a challenge. We had to find a girl between the ages of 9 and 12 who could play the fiddle and speak Irish and could act. And the wonderful thing about Edie is she is a champion fiddle player. We didn't know that at the time, but a week after she got the part, she won the All-Ireland Under-12 Fiddle competition in the Fleadh in Mullingar. So we had a champion on our hands. But apart from that, she had never acted before. And the reason I took a risk on her was because she did an amazing audition. She played a piece of music that she'd composed herself when her granddad died, and it brought tears to my eyes. Secondly, she wasn't trying to perform. She was actually becoming Molly before my eyes and had a huge stillness on screen, which I thought was really intriguing. And on the first day of the shoot, when everyone on the crew looked through the lens and she did her first scenes, we all went, wow, there's magic happening here. You're a little star, Edie.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you learned the fiddle? How long have you been playing?
Well, I started playing 4 or 5, I think, and I go to Fiddle O'Brien. She's a great fiddle teacher, and I've been playing ever since that.
Okay, great. Hey, what was the competition that you won at the Fleadh?
That was the All-Ireland Under-12 Fiddle competition.
And I was going to ask you what kind of look were you trying to get in the film in terms of the colours and the tone of the film?
That's an interesting one. I have to mention our wonderful cinematographer, Ronan Fox. So we spent a lot of time up in Rathmullen, County Donegal, where it was shot. And we were looking for something beautiful. I wanted originally for the scenes of illness to be very muted, but actually, once they go on the journey to get to the flat, it becomes colorful and the music swells. So, in fact, it was about making it very beautiful because it's a very poignant film and the music is a key character in it. And that becomes united with the shots. The second most important thing, of course, because it's a child's story, is that Edie's point of view or Molly's point of view was the key device in the film. So she's practically on screen all the time. It's her experience, her journey, what she sees, what she feels. And as you know yourself, and that's a challenge when working with children because, you know, there's a lot of restrictions on the shooting hours and the chaperoning is very necessary. So I want to say Edie was amazing. You know, she knew all her lines all the time. And then, of course, she had to form a relationship with Barry McGovern, who plays the older man, whom she thinks is a druid. And I was afraid, you know, that might be intimidating for her. So I got Edie and Barry to meet. That's Molly and Malachy, long before we ever started shooting. So they got comfortable with each other. And Barry gave her a few tips as a professional actor on how to approach her script.
I wanted to know what was the most enjoyable thing for you in the shoot.
It was getting to know and making friends with everyone. Like I had such a good time, especially with Anne and especially with Ruan as well. Like Ruan is we friends with everyone and just it was really nice to get to know them all.
And where are you from originally?
Rush County, Dublin.
Okay, brilliant. So how come you have such a good grasp of Irish?
Well, I go to a Gael school. I've always Irish schools, and I'm in Colossagore Mara now, so I've been speaking Irish my whole life.
Go ahead, Doc.
It's a wonderful thing, if you don't mind, about Irish. There's a huge resurgence of Irish language and so many Gael Scoilina, Airfoot and Clera. So all over the place at primary and secondary level. And that's what amazed me about the auditions, because I did 140 auditions and all these people have Gaeilge plus the music. So I think that's fantastic that, you know, I mean, I myself, I'm a Dublin Gaeilgeoir, and I think Irish doesn't just belong to the Western regions or the Gaeltachts. It's a national language and it's used by people in Dublin as well. And I think that's important to say. And that's where its future is as well among the young people.
100%, 100%, and I think I noticed a resurgence, the kneecap effect. For a lot of people are calling it, but yes, definitely. Like even in Sydney here, the Irish classes are bursting at the seams. People are really keen on learning Irish. What has been the journey of the film so far? So you played at the Galway Film Fleadh.
Yeah, that was a wonderful occasion. That was last year, and such a joyous evening. Edie was there, and all her family. I think you might have been there at the session afterwards, Enda, in the pub. Yeah.
I was, yes.
So I won Best First Irish Feature, which was fantastic. So it got an award at the Galway Film Fleadh, and then it went on to Newport Beach, California, where it won the Audience Award. That was amazing because it's in California. And since then, it's been going around the world at various festivals in America, Canada. Edie was in Ottawa, Chicago. I was in Luxembourg and the Czech Republic. And now we have the honor of being in wonderful Australia.
Fantastic. Oh, yes, I meant to ask, where was the film shot? It looks really beautiful, and you've got the water and the scenery.
It was actually shot in Rathmullen, County Donegal, where I'd never been before, but Pierce, who's one of the producers, actually comes from there. So there was a whole lot of advantages to going there. Number one, the scenery is fantastic because Rathmullen is above Letterkenny on Lough Swilly. So it's a natural inland fjord, and we did lovely shots on the sea with the drone and all that. And secondly, the people were lovely and very welcoming. So a lot of them became extras in the pub or in the school in the scenes of the Fla. And we all had a great time. And also, we set it in Fort Royal, which is this lovely old hotel, which we took over for the shoot. And the nursing home or the rehab centre is set there. And then the production offices were there. So, in fact, it was very economical, if you like, that we were all in the same place from that time.
And I was going to ask, yes, the little village where the people don't like busking. What is the name of that village?
That's Rathmullen.
That's Rathmullen. It's a beautiful spot. So you're just opposite Buncrana.
Is that
Correct.
on the other side
across the fjord, across Lough Swilly, yes.
For yourself, Edie, did you enjoy the whole acting experience, and is it something you'd like to do again in the future, or have you had enough?
Oh, I really enjoyed it. Like, it was just so nice to get to run, and I'd never done acting before, so it was really cool, like, to see everything it's like. And now I can never watch like a movie normally again because I'd be like, oh, I know the way, I know this or that. It's just it was so good.
Because like it could have been very intimidating for Edie being surrounded by all this technology and the great big camera and the tracks and the big crane where we put them up the tree. And I just said, look, you're going to be surrounded by all these people, so just keep looking at me and I'll guide you through. And to be fair to Edie, I think because she has a musician's brain, she could take notes like no other actor. I could tell her to do 6 things in a row and she'd remember them off. Take one. Brilliant.
That's fantastic. What is are you working on anything at the moment, Anne?
A few people have approached me about being, involved in developing projects. You know yourself, development hell, you go through years. I mean, even this project was 4 years in development. So I get involved if I like the script. I'd really have to like the script to do it again. And actually, I'm also writing a novel because that's my favorite thing to do as well. So there you go. I'm always busy.
Wow. And Edie, what are you doing at the moment? You're back in school?
Yeah, I started on Wednesday. We were in for 2 hours. And I was supposed to be back today, but back.
And when you're not starring in movies or playing the fiddle, what else are you doing in Rush, County Dublin?
Well, just playing music and playing music and playing with my dog, going on walks and stuff.
Oh, what kind of a dog? What's your breed of dog?
I don't know. I think she's like a mix of like a something else. I'm not sure.
Oh, good. What's your dog's name?
Her name's Winnie.
Go ahead, Anne.
Sorry, just to say, I often get asked, were they really playing the music? And I know Edie was playing the music and she learned all the tunes, which were originally composed by Oran O'Cassida, and his daughter Shabelle sings the theme song. But Barry McGovern doesn't play the fiddle. I think he does a great job of pretending to play the fiddle. So very often on set, Oran O'Cassida, the composer, was just out of shot playing live, and Barry was pretending. But because he plays piano and understands music, he was able to get the fingering, and he actually learned a few bars of a tune. So I think I'm pretty convinced. I hope everyone else is that.
Yeah.
Yes. And I was very impressed with your directing skills, that you managed to keep Andreas the Stack quiet for 60 minutes of the film, because he is a man who could talk underwater.
You're absolutely right. We had him lying down in a hospital bed, and do you know what? He very often fell asleep while we were setting up or during a take.
Goddess. And a lovely performance from Siobhan.
Oh, Siobhan O'Kelly is wonderful. I mean, I think it's a very moving film, and I hope it moves audience. And the whole theme was that the magic is in the music, tá dríocht sa cheol. And I just think that's very uplifting. And I hope the audience who sees it here in Australia and also elsewhere feels uplifted when they're leaving the cinema.
Brilliant. Goramila Mayaguf, we've run out of time, but thanks a million for taking the time to do the Q&A, and thanks a million for making such a wonderful film. Goramila Mayaguf igor an scanan agus an diasporacht. Slán agus banach.
Bye, Slán.